It's the comeback story of a Hollywood movie. A former assistant district attorney who fell from grace 20 years ago after a drug scandal turns her life around, getting her law license back and recently being appointed district attorney for Muskogee County. Happy ending, right?
I understand. You know what? You turn your life around, you get your law license back, go back to practicing law. But the woman should never be in a position of judging other people.
Clint Johnson is the former field supervisor for the District 27 Task Force, and it was at his drug bust in 2005 that Janet Hudson's downfall began.
When we executed the search warrant, we had already found a bag of meth in the house, along with a rolled up $20 bill and a vial of meth.
Hudson had arrived at the scene, he says, and when he went back into the house after arresting some suspects, he noticed a bag of meth was missing.
So I asked James, he moved it. He said no. So we stopped the search warrant because we had a bag of meth missing. So I had them pat me down. We patted each other down, make sure nobody had it on them. I called the DA over there and told him, hey, I think we have a problem. In the meantime, I called the DA's office and I asked the other assistant district attorney who had showed up at the scene, did you move the bag of meth and the roll up $20 bill? And at the time, the assistant DA said, no, I didn't, but I think that Janet did. So they put me on the phone with Janet, and I said, Janet, did you move that bag of meth stuff? Oh, I didn't see a bag of meth, but I seen that rolled up $20 bill and vial, so I set it up on the VCR for you. Right then told me something was wrong.
A few days later, he says, Hudson told him she took the bag of meth by accident.
She said, Clint, I just want to let y'all know your respect means the most to me, and when I found that bag of meth in my purse the other day, I immediately called Richard and told him.
She said found it in her
Found it in her purse.
I mean, did that make sense to you?
No, not at all.
Hudson, he says, said she took it by accident since it stuck to her glove.
Well, one, she didn't wear a pair of gloves in the house, and two, she didn't take her purse in the house.
Worried that the ordeal would be covered up, Johnson contacted the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics, who put him in touch with the Attorney General's office.
The Attorney General's office wired me up. I had a wire next to my gun, had one, and I had a tape recorder in my boot. Janet Bickle and them called me to the office. I walked in. I sat down for a minute. Janet gets up from behind her desk, walks around, and she pats me down on this leg. And she says, Mr. Johnson, Clint, where's the wire? Because I used to be a cop. And I had a tape recorder in my boot, so I reached down my boot and I said, see, there's nothing there. And when I was bent over, she grabs my shirt and pulls it up over my back, looking for a wire. So one, if she's not doing anything wrong, why is she checking for wires?
The meeting, he says, only went downhill from there.
Are you saying she threatened you?
She threatened me, 100% threatened me. Told me that her dad was a hitman for the mafia and that I could be harmed. And when I wasn't scared over that, then she started saying that I wouldn't be in law enforcement anymore. And you know what? That's exactly what happened. My career was ruined because of what she did.
Johnson says his resolve to do the right thing blew up in his face, and he eventually found himself fired.
No excuse why they fired me, no reason why they fired me, nothing.
In your mind, is there any doubt that it was payback for trying to do the right thing?
100%. That's the reason I was fired, is because I did what was right.
Hudson, meanwhile, found her own career in shambles following the incident, pleading guilty to charges of perjury, offering false evidence, and possession of a controlled dangerous substance. She resigned from the bar in 2007, but eventually had her request for reinstatement granted in 2020. Ms. Hudson told News Channel 8 in part, Mr. Johnson's allegations are grossly inaccurate and do not reflect the facts. I will not lend any credibility to the false allegations of Mr. Johnson and be drawn into revisiting claims from over 20 years ago by a political adversary whose goal is to vilify in order to seek attention for himself.
She turns around and does all this stuff and gets rewarded with the district attorney's position in Muskogee County, judging people. And what gives her that right now? She lost that when she stole the bag of meth from my search warrant and then cost me everything I had.
Muskogee County DA Janet Hudson, an inspirational story of redemption or a wolf in sheep's clothing.
If she gets in trouble again, what's going to stop her from trying it again?